Howdy, and welcome to Anthology of the Killer by the Catamites, soundtrack by Tommy Tone, and posters and guest diorama art by Alex Degen. This game is available on itch.io for $6 American, but I know each component of it, I believe, is available free on Game Jolt. I don't exactly know how Game Jolt works. I'm sorry. So what exactly is Anthology of the Killer? Believe it or not, it is a anthology of 9, I believe, serialized comedy horror games. There's a small write-up on the itch.io page, which might help us get on the level. It starts with this quote: "History is a nightmare, and loving it. Join BB as she makes rent and zines in a world of drinky birds, secret rooms, dream resorts, sport dolls, water parks, immersive theater, beachfront t-shirt stores, policemen, art-free ports, and unorthodox medical treatment. Nobody gets out of here alive." So I think we're on the level. I had seen a friend post a bit about the Killer games, and I hadn't really paid too much attention to them. I've wandered into the, I guess, if okay, so it's a video game. So if you want to turn around, it tells you to go one way. You gotta go the other way. And of course, that ends the game. So this anthology just packages the 9, I believe, separate games into a loader, so you can just play them all without having to figure out how Game Jolt works. It's the coming thing. All the young people love it. Well, we're young people. We love things. It doesn't matter if we're young or not, but the young people love it, so we should love it too. I saw a friend posting about it, and I hadn't really paid too much attention to it. But the Catamites turns out to be the person who made Space Funeral. I actually don't know a whole lot about the Catamites. I had seen a playthrough of Space Funeral like 9 years ago at the time of this recording, of course, and a playthrough of Murder Dog 4, The Trial of Murder Dog last year. And let me say, they got vibes. They sure as hell got vibes. They say Voice of the Killer is the first one. I kind of thought there'd be more people here. 3 people coming here for Blood Fountain and for some art. We can appreciate the art. We all love a skeleton with a trombone and another skull. What more could you want? That's the whole picture. So I assume we'll be seeing the full gallery in time. But Voice of the Killer is the first game. I'm not sure if the write-up will exist in the exhibit that we will be going through, that is the anthology. But here's the write-up for Voice of the Killer. BB joins a call center on the edge of the city, but a horrible noise can be heard from the sea. Does the voice of the killer sound out this far? That's a good question. Does the voice of the killer sound out that far? Does it come from the sea? I assume this is a copying machine. Just making copies. Oh, and this picture does not like it's like, oh boy, copies can get real expensive, with the ink prices. Yeah, we got coffee, a little desk. Trust. Someone licking their phone, you're gonna either have to trust them or you're not gonna have a good time unless you can trust them. Life contracts? Watch out. Oh, yeah, that clock. That's how I feel like when I wake up in the morning. Life contracts. So new with the anthology version, I believe, is gamepad support. I'm currently using keyboard. I figure we'll swap around just to see how it feels, because this is a blind playthrough. But just see, vibe it out. Voice of the Killer. Press enter. Strange Town series, Voice of the Killer. Hey y'all, welcome to the new issue of my zine of strange occurrences. I'm sorry that it's been a while. Please forgive me. I had to finish up my exams. I've also been busy at work due to the events. I shall relate. I've been working at the call center of a famous insurance company, Life Contracts. Things have been extremely chaotic, or should I say, agile and flexible? That's right, your correspondent has become a working girl, learning all kinds of exciting corporate lingo. Oh, we're able to go. I thought there was going to be more. Once again, going the wrong way because, it's a video game. We get to meet this person. The bus is gone. I'm tempted to bail, but won't get paid until I can get through probation. And I promised I'd have color pictures next issue. I am committed. Okay, so maybe this is more of a point of interest that we can check out more so than some person we can talk to. So we can walk along. But we are a working girl, and we do have to make it through probation if we want to get paid. That is always a bad time when you're starting a job, because it's like, oh, thank God, the job has started. I can have money, don't have to worry about that. And then, all of a sudden they hit you with a, you won't get your first paycheck for, so long. And we probably shouldn't have walked out here. But we did hear something about a voice coming from the sea. And I assume blue is water. I also assume it's going to be an invisible wall. Well, not an invisible. Oh, well, no, it was not. It was not a wall at all. We are able to just, splishy splash in the water if we so choose. I don't think I should have done that though, because right here is an invisible wall. But this is the gamer's hubris. I said I was going to walk the wrong way. The game ended when I walked the wrong way the first time. I've done this to myself. I should probably just restart instead of seeing if I can escape, because I believe if I hit escape, exit to loader, yes, which I don't know where it'll drop us off in the exhibit. Okay, right in front of the door. Okay. So that, just prepared for dumbasses like me who are going to do what they shouldn't. And I'm not sure how important seeing every single point of interest is, like in a playthrough. Like, obviously, we've learned that the bus is gone, but, has BB? We needed a BB to relay that to us. The company building is next to the sea, which would be nice if it didn't smell like piss. Oh, boy, yeah, that would do it, huh? At night and day, the waves make an awful sound, like a vast mouth breathing. This is said to be the result of geology, the baleful science. Yeah, I've always said that about geologists. I see them like, oh, they're awfully baleful. Forward, 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 forward. Urgent, dear BB. I can't see you. Are you still real? Were you ever real? It's 3 a.m. I'm alone in the office. But soon the day will start, and I will see you again soon. Your call target today is 100. If you cannot hit it, I will need to have you escorted from my life. Sincerely, Line Manager, Liney. Officially, my job is to call people from a list of potential customers, but some days nobody ever gives me the list. Where is the list? Who manufactures the list? I've been trying to figure it out so I won't get fired. I've done that a lot, where I try to figure out something where it's just like, I don't want to get fired, but nobody is giving me the information I need. Inside's always busy and panicked, and nobody wants to talk to me. Sign of vibrant company culture. Everything smells like carpet. Behind the closed doors, I hear footsteps and chatter. There's papers on the ground. I don't think we can inspect them. There's this person who seems to be a sheet ghost with legs, which, goals. I mean, what more could you want? We got our carpet. I suppose we should just trust and head for points of interest and look around. I really appreciate the art style. 2D mixed with 3D, I think, always looks pretty like just a fun look in general. But there's a lot of personality coming through the art and fun designs. I like it. I guess everyone wears these sheets in the office as a confidentiality requirement. Mine hasn't arrived yet. Although, when I gave HR my address, they promised they would visit me soon. Oh, you never want to visit from HR. Like, you could take that as like, well, HR is going to get on to me about these comments. But no, it's just like, HR is not your friend. It's never going to be good if HR has to get involved. And just don't. You don't want to trust HR. They're not your friends. They're here to cover the company's ass. Well, this is BB's desk. 5 leads, far below the target my supervisor requested. The day's work of managing expectations begins. Do I just hit the 1 button? Okay, no, I use the actual, can I use WSD? I can still use I can use WASD or the arrow keys. A wealth of options. Let's try option 1. What? Who gave you this number? Never call me again. As I immediately call them again. I mean, if I keep calling, eventually persistence will win out, and they'll have to, sign up for life contracts. I suppose BB said something new. Whoops. Beep, hello, this is BB, representative of the prestigious life contracts organization. Have you considered your coverage of late? I actually haven't. I've considered a whole hell of a lot, unfortunately. Beep, greetings. This is Life Contracts. We have a fabulous offer for you. An offer from the stars. Would you perchance enjoy hearing more? No, I mean, an offer from the stars? Is that celebrities? Is it Eldritch? Cosmic? Who knows? I'm for it, though. Beep, hell. The voice on the other end starts speaking immediately and intently in a low voice. You are unable to make out any of the words, aware that you are being monitored for your time. You gingerly hang up after 4 minutes. Yeah, you know, BB has a lot of patience. I am also like kind of a patient person to a fault, where I'll just kind of like, oh yeah, I can wait. And then all of a sudden, you know, you find out that you've been left in a meeting room in a Costco waiting for a job interview for an hour, only to be like, I probably shouldn't have waited this long. And you go out and people are like, oh, why are you still here? Only for them to realize the manager forgot that you were supposed to have your interview. And then they don't give you the fucking job afterwards. That's the worst part. You leave me in a room for an hour and then you don't even give me the job that I'm very qualified. Yeah, that was years ago. I'm still mad about it. Beep. Dead. Dead. You're dead. You're going to die. It will happen to you. So why not talk to life contracts? Boy, who wrote these scripts? Click. You know, I think that's a pretty good pitch, though. You know, if I was looking for life insurance, you know, if I wasn't looking for life insurance and someone's, you know, reminding me my own mortality in such a strong fashion, I'd have to pull out my checkbook. A thing that I definitely own, a checkbook. Beep. Edward, I can't make love to you. I'm a priestess of Baal. Well, I hope this one isn't picked for call listening. Where are you people calling from? Wasn't this line deactivated years ago? Oh God. Click. Well, we called all of our leads. Every day, these leads get worse. Well, time for a coffee break. I always thought that was, well, I was going to say, I always thought that was funny. You know, people being like, haha, I got to take my coffee break. Just because, you know, people obviously do take coffee breaks, but I don't like coffee, so I'll be like, oh, I'll get a tea, and people are like, oh, well, you're so fancy. It's like, I just don't like the taste of coffee, so, you know, just bring some tea. Oh boy, my very own zine distro. That's what I thought as well, but whenever I go to the copy room, the printer queue is already booked up, and everyone's already making those expensive color copies. Yeah, color copies, pretty expensive, especially, I mean, look at this special art, you know, it's gonna eat through the red. In the corner, there's a copy of the official company newsletter. It's full of pictures of executives grinning. But about what? I wish I knew. Maybe that's how they get you. Okay, that's a little small. A new start tomorrow, colleagues. As I'm sure you're aware, it's been several tough years for life contracts. The freakish and unexplained high murder rate in the city continues to blah, 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 margins, blah, 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 exciting new challenges. As such, we are very excited by the very long-awaited reconstructing of our call center department to be accomplished, blah, blah, blah. Sincerely, General Manager Jenny. Yeah, I've seen plenty of those bullshit like company things where it's like, I don't care, this doesn't matter, it's not going to affect anything I do. Remember, we don't pay out if the corpse is unidentifiable. Management, so, you know, that's something I always heard when I had to go into the office. You know, it was like, yeah, you got to make sure the corpse is identifiable, because I mean, otherwise, who'd you even kill? What does it matter? Policemen roam the back corridors, wear an intent expression, and sip coffee to remain inconspicuous while I'm wandering around. Their motionless faces continue staring out to the sea. I mean, you know, better them staring out to the sea than, like, taking an interest in you. It's never a good thing whenever that happens. Also, BB just wordly drinking coffee, which I guess is the intent expression in the corner. Very good. I always love when video games, a text box is accompanied by, you know, a character portrait, even if the character is already on screen. It's fun. The noise of the waves mixes with the background murmur of the call center. I can read, I promise. I see some things that could be seals move through the waves. Well, I can't see them, but I'll believe BB. You know, I've never lived close to the ocean, so, you know, I've seen seals. You know, you show up to a place and it has water, and then there'll just be a bunch of the seals just hanging out like on a pier or something. It's like, oh, these guys have got it figured out. They just chill. I don't think we want to go to complaints, because even if you have a complaint and you go into complaints, it's, you know, people see you going, but why'd you go into complaints? And then you're going to start drama. And do we want drama? We just want to make it through probation. I tried the door to the dialer room, but it won't open. Am I supposed to get in there? Didn't they say I'd get a key in the mail? A dialer room. The only thing I could think that would be is dialer, like I'm going to dial like a phone, but we have phone at our desk. And I assume that we don't have like a switchboard system here. I don't think phones still. I know that phones don't do that anymore. I'm gonna put my foot down on that one actually. So I don't think that's what's happening there. So we need our key to get into the dialer room. I don't know why. I don't know why we'd want to go into the dialer room, seeing as I'm unsure of what a dialer room is. But maybe we have to visit complaints. In the break room, a shroud turns to face me. From beneath the sheet, I dimly sense lips moving, chattering against the fabric. I can't hear any words. I'm still not very good at work banter, so I just smile and nod as I try to find the coffee machine. Oh, okay, we were drinking coffee before, but that was mystery coffee. We were like pantomiming, so the cops wouldn't look too deeply at us. But here's the coffee. What's this? Same news as always. The sound is off. The radio's playing Wham. I mean, Wham's not. It's not. It could be worse. Thousands of corpses found. Wow, that's a lot of corpses. I mean, we did hear about a high murder rate in the city. Watch out. Don't get murdered, I guess. Unless, maybe you're the one doing the murder. 2 inches of strange, vicious coffee ooze out of the machine. I think I'm getting a taste for it. Like I said, I've never... be alert. I've never liked muffled cloth sounds. I'm not sure if that was there and I just noticed it or not. I'm not sure. I've never liked coffee. Just never worked for me. It's just too bitter. I'm a little baby. But the when I started college at one point, I decided I'm gonna give coffee another shot, and got coffee out of like one of those machines that you put basically the coffee that BB just got, where you put like a quarter in the machine or whatever, and it squirts out the worst looking drink ever that you could imagine. But I mean, I guess coffee's coffee. And I was like, I took a sip of it and I was like, this was a mistake. And I looked at what else the machine could do, and I think it had like hot chocolate as an option, but that was like more expensive, and I had used my quarter, and I was like, well, I'm stuck with this bad drink. So I kind of powered through it and was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work for me. Let's go to complaints. We have things we need, like our dialer room key that we're supposed to get in our mail, and our shroud. The boxes of complaints seem to absorb the sound around me. No one manning complaints. It's just, you come in and drop off your complaint in a box, which, I mean, that's what most places do. It's just like, yep, you can leave your complaints here. Probably not going to bother to check them, though. Or they'll check them, but then be like, hey, who's talking shit about this to, get people in trouble? Just in my experience. Back here are older wallpapered passages from when the building used to belong to someone else. It feels like they've been forgotten about, but someone is still watching the plants, I guess. The door locks behind me. Uh-oh. You hate when a door locks behind you. It usually means there's enemies in the room that need to be defeated. Combat hasn't popped up in this game yet, though, so perhaps that's not the answer. The employee of the month. This employee seems to have been the employee of the month quite often, given the amount of pictures of their eyes, which isn't their voice. So, I mean, that means we're in the clear. We can trust the employee of the month, because currently we're worried about the voice of the killer, the lost boardroom. Oh, I am no stranger to lost boardrooms. When I worked in an office, it was quite a large office. And there were just rooms that no one would use. So it'd be like, I'm going to take my break. And I would just go find a boardroom that I'm like, oh, no one ever uses this one. Just take a nap in there. Or, break out the Nintendo Swatch or some bullshit. Actions. More hand sanitizer. Access to the bay. Route will commence 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Watch out for. That is just a good way to live out your life. Just watch out for. I guess I can hold on to this until my real one arrives. There's a crude marker drawing of a key on the surface, but I can't see any name. So yeah, lost boardroom. Can I actually read these? Oh no, there was an interaction point here. Proud to announce that we have succeeded in winning the call handling contract for all of the activities. To last till Q3. I understand now. Existing staff must be gradually familiarized with the new process in order not to cause alarm. Police will be on staff for all instances and have agreed to use our ice room for this purposes. I can't tell how recent they are. The attached charts are all indecipherable and look like they come out from archaic 3D modeling software. Ah, the good stuff. On my way back, I opened one of the file cabinets. Rubber bands, staples, documents about nothing I'm familiar with. There's still no one around. But there's a little shadow here. I'm not sure what's casting the shadow. But there sure is a shadow here. Will this allow us to get out that way? Oh, no. The police tape has been covered. Is this just being like, I tried the card key on the door, but it won't unlock. No one's around to help. But at the other end of the hallway, I think I hear a murmur. A murmur, which could be described as a voice. But we might as well check it out. I mean, it's not like we have any option. When I step inside, the lights are dimmed, and the murmuring grows louder, more excited. I feel they're talking about me and try to walk through faster, I say as I completely stop. I mean, it could be a surprise birthday. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm guessing we should avoid the employees of the month. You know, even though I believe them to potentially be a friend, seeing as, you know, their eyes. I mean, we get the murmur now, so it could be a problem. Now that there is a voice, maybe we should keep hightailing it. You know, we don't have camera control in this game, so, you know, when we take these turns, it's a little bit blind. I imagine that's... Oh, I hit kind of a bump there. I didn't see it, but I did. I imagine that's some of the point, since, you know, it is a comedy horror game. So, you know, you used to get games like, you know, your survival horrors, like your Resident Evils, your Silent Hills, where it's like, well, it's a tank control kind of situation to kind of, you know, like you don't have perfect control of the character and there's an invisible wall here. So we got to go back. Hopefully they're not chasing us. You know, kind of enhance the mood. Like, you know, we can't like peek around the corner and get a good look. You know, we just kind of got to hope for the best. I mean, we don't know what happens if we get touched. Oh, they are grouping up. We don't... Oh, whoops. I'm getting stuck on invisible wall. I don't think I was supposed to come back here. We may have to allow the employee of the month to get us. Am I sorry for... Are you sorry for the things you've done? Me personally, no. I'm God's perfect angel. I've never done anything wrong in my life. When I escape from the bag, I find myself in a crowded sub-office somewhere in the depths of the building. It's filled with policemen using it as a temporary lounge. Nobody's paying much attention to me. I guess it's a catch and release for now. So I guess we were caught in the... Oh, that's the sack. I thought that was a hole for a second. I guess this is like the police boss or whatever. Someone behind a desk is enjoying his own voice while pretending to talk to me. I carefully deflect all queries. Rule number 1 of making a zine is never to talk to the police. I mean, that's just rule number 1 of life, baby. Or I guess BB in this case. You can trust me. I'm a cool policeman. Check out these yo-yo tricks. Did you ever hear of a band named Fugazi? You look like someone I once strangled in a dream. Does that smell like blood in here or is it just me? Haha, ignore that. I'm quirky, but I get the job done. I'm sure you do, buddy. Let's get out of here. Wow, I can't believe it's cool policeman. He has the top clearance rate of the whole city since none of the bodies are ever found. Do you think I could get an autograph? Maybe. Do you want your body to be found? Is a question I would ask before interacting. Now, I don't recognize where I am at all. Is this another department at the call center? Other employees are walking slowly through a doorway at the end of the hall. Okay, so we got one of our sheep friends. We know about them. Am I supposed to go this way? Am I a dialer 2? Still not entirely sure what a dialer is. We have our key, but we don't seem to... Oh, I was going to say there was an interaction point there, but... sometimes you can just walk through doors. This is a life hack I'm offering you here. The second dialer is next to the ocean again. Outside, it's darker than before. The low chatter of voices sounds just like the sea. Suddenly, I feel relaxed, as though I'm where I need to be. Oh, have we been transferred? Do we get a new desk? Do we have more options here? Because we do have a lot more. We were supposed to hit 100 people. I don't know if that's 100 like contracts made or just 100 people called. If so, you know, we're only like 5% of the way there. Best case scenario. I find a desk that's not mine, but that waits for me. The call scripts are written out phonetically. After a while, I stop trying to work out what they really mean and lose myself in the rhythm of my own voice. Say I-S-O-C-K me res et e may I enter. That night I had a dream. That night I had a dream that felt like waking from a dream. I've had that dream before, baby. Clumps of hair were growing out of the sand. I tried pulling them up and found only more hair. My coworkers were calling me from further down the beach. Okay, we don't seem to actually be able to interact with the hair. But how much further down the beach are we talking? Like, we can see a person here. Or perhaps just the shade of a person. We can see the famous 2 red moons in the sky. Famous. Block of tofu. Or perhaps very... what do you call that? It's not the word I was looking for, but like gelatinous ice. Perhaps. Tofu's probably a better fit. Boy, I can't think of the word when you make something more elastic. Elastic's the word. I had to be like, I can't think of the word for elastic for my brain to hit. Oh, elastic is the word I was looking for. That's just a tongue on a table. That's pretty normal in the boardroom, am I right? In a room above the waves, the management are getting ready to eat. There's a place for me. The food looks so enticing, I want to cry. The meat of the tongue is almost too pliant to cut through, but my knife is very sharp. I carve out a square and put it into my mouth. It's delicious, dripping with wet fat and juice. I chew and chew, but it never seems to diminish in my mouth. And when I wake up, my pillow is gone. My lips are chapped and sore. It's 3 a.m. I check my phone. I have a new message. Apparently, the office burned down last night and will be closed indefinitely. They don't know whether anyone was inside, or anybody was inside. As I had not completed my basic training, I would not be eligible for severance pay. Press escape to close the report. Is that our only option? That does appear to be our only option. So I guess Voice of the Killer ends with us wandering into a mysterious boardroom, or a dialer, which I guess the dialer is just like a big room of where people dial things. I do know that the creator is, I believe, Irish, so it could be just Irish slang for a room where people make calls, or perhaps I've never worked in a call center. Maybe you call the big room where people do their call center stuff dialer. I don't remember that coming up in Sorry to Bother You, the only frame of reference I have for call centers. So I assume that maybe just we don't use the name dialer for rooms here in America. Oh, and look, the 2 other exhibit goers have disappeared. We can see BB playing tennis, having fun. I mean, that's a really good shot, like with the ball coming towards the camera. Like, assuming that this was like a photograph, that's like an incredible photograph. Like, I mean, if it's a painting, you know, it's still a very well, what do you call it? Composed, a well-composed painting. But like, if it's a photograph, someone got hit with a tennis ball right in that moment, which, you know, adds to the charm of the story. But yeah, that was a Voice of the Killer. I honestly wasn't sure what to expect going into this, just because it's, you know, I don't know a whole lot about the Catamites and their work. You know, the biggest interaction I've had is watching someone play Space Funeral 9 years ago. So while I do remember liking that, and that Dracula does a smoke of the weed, you know, I didn't know what I was getting to. Maybe you did. Maybe you knew all about the Voice of the Killer. Maybe there's more to do in there. But I'm pretty satisfied with it ending with us, I guess, eating an entire pillow in our sleep, which is goddamn impressive, to be honest. And then also, you know, if I got called, you know, 3 a.m., somebody like, hey, the office burned down, you know, that's a win, to be honest. It's like, oh, do I, like, obviously in BB's case, she's not getting paid, so it's a loss. But, you know, if you're already salaried, you know, it's like, well, let's play it by ear and see what happens. But yeah, that's the Voice of the Killer. I did not write down which one's next. I guess I can mouse over. I don't know if this will mess up anything with recording. Next one is Hands of the Killer, which, you know, could get a little handsy, which could be a little scary. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. Hopefully you are too, because we are going to continue on with Anthology of the Killer by the Catamites.